We're interviewing today Mr. Robert Johnson, who was the first Scoutmaster of Troop 61 way back in October of 1940. Mr. Johnson currently lives near Hubertus, Wisconsin, and has lived here the last dozen or so years. But we'll take you back to 1940 and introduce you to Mr. Johnson.
Hi.
Mr. Johnson. So you were Scoutmaster back in 1940.
That's right.
Okay. What are some of the memories of that? I realize that's 50 years ago now. So
Yeah. The one I remember well was the kids in those days, and I suppose they are today, were very much interested in scouting and outdoor living and the likes of that. And the one I can remember so well is I was operating a service station on Apple Avenue at the time, and I couldn't be with the boys, but they went out, took them out to Camp Villa Jerome, which is near here on Freeze Lake. And that night, there was a terrific windstorm, and I was so worried about them sleeping in tents that I went out there. And there were trees laying across the road, but luckily I could get through. And I got there, and there was one tent standing. And that was because, I think it was Ben Hardy, staked that down the proper way. And his tent stood all that wind. And all the boys were in it. And it was only a little small tent.
did you have a lot of scouts in those days in the troop?
Well, I don't know, was there 20 or 30 on there?
Right, in the list there, right.
Yeah, about that.
How did the troop happen to start?
I was trying to remember that, but I think, see, I belonged to the church there, and I think Mr. Byron, that was, got me interested in it, and I'm not too positive about that. But one of the nuns also was very much interested in getting Boy Scouts there, so I had a lot of help.
Do you remember her name?
No, I don't.
And you met in the school then? The Mother Good Counsel School or church?
Did I?
No, the meetings were held.
Yeah.
The scout meetings
There
were
was
held.
an old wood building back there. I don't know if it was part of the original church or what it was, but we met in there.
The Villa Maria, I believe.
Possibly. It's not there anymore, is it?
No, it was torn down for the new church.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you've been back to Mother Good Counsel in recent years, but we have a scout house there now that was built around 1950.
Oh, that I know about, yeah.
It's a separate building, and
Yeah.
we used actually some of the wood from the Villa Maria.
Niedhofer was responsible for that one.
Niedhofer was responsible,
Yeah.
right. He followed, you were Scoutmaster of the troop for a few years then, is that right? For 2-3
Yeah,
years?
I had to go on nights at work, and that's when I left the troop, and I just don't know what year that was.
And then I think it was a couple years later that Mr. Niedhofer came.
I thought he followed pretty close. I don't know. No, I really don't know when he came in.
How long were you at Mother Good Counsel?
1938 to...
You mean in the Scouts?
No, I mean at
No,
in the
how long
parish.
we belonged to the church. We moved out in...
When
Glendale
Our
in
Lady of
38,
Sorrows was
wasn't it?
formed.
Hmm?
1955. 1954.
Is that
Our
when we
Lady of
left it?
Sorrows was formed, I think.
Yeah.
And so what kind of activities did you do those years with the Scouts?
Well, the regular standard Boy Scout procedures and working on the merit badges and likes of that.
And you had been a Scout prior to this time too?
Oh, I was a Scout when I was 12 years old. As a boy, you know.
And you stayed active then as
Well,
after-
no, I stayed active until I was about 15 or 16. And then got back into it when I was, what, 28 or so.
Did you go to any of the camps, the council camps at that time? And
Well, I spent time at Indian Mound Reservation.
did the troop spend much time as a troop?
Well, you see, as I told you, I was in business at the time, and I really couldn't get away, even Saturdays and Sundays. So they used to go on their own pretty much.
One of the boys that sent the replies in, one of the men now I should say, stated too that you had this filling station on
Yeah.
Appleton, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I don't remember the name of the person that sent the reply on, but he remembers those years and remembers your filling station there. Remembers you as a Scoutmaster then.
Yeah. I was on 59th and Appleton.
Yeah. Then there was a I think according to the chart this year, you became committee chairman for a while then too.
I might have, I can't remember.
And there was a Father Pimiscorn, Peter Pimiscorn,
Peter.
a Father Peter at the parish,
Yeah,
and he became the Scoutmaster.
it's possible, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you reminded me, I think that's right.
Yeah, he was a Scoutmaster there
That's
for a
Father
couple,
Peter.
several years.
Yeah, he must have been in between myself and Needlefer. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's some other committee members that are listed. Frank Leiner,
Yeah, I remember Frank.
Mr. Pellner, Krzelski,
You know, yeah,
Clarence Bowen,
that was one of those that was with me. Yeah.
and there were a couple scouts there. Joseph Whirl,
I remember that name.
right? He still goes to Mother Good Counsel there, and a number of kids, his kids were in the troop. Edward Bosch, Jim Murphy.
Jim Murphy. He was the doctor's son, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. He eventually went on. I think to get an Eagle, become an Eagle.
Yeah.
And George Breilmeyer, Alphonse Farrell, Richard Breilmeyer,
Remember
Clarence
those names,
Steinecker, Orville Matthias.
yeah? I don't know.
You don't recall those names, huh? James Stegner, Bruce Barker, Fred Bain.
Fred Beam.
Well, that was, he was a committee man too.
Right, I think that was his son. That must have been in the troop
Yeah.
then, Fred Bain's son. And Thomas Stanton, Charles Merkel.
Charlie Merkel, was he in there?
Yes.
Oh, I thought I had him at the other troop.
Oh, were you involved with another troop then?
Yeah, after I left there, I had no more intentions of doing this, the Boy Scout work. But one day Charlie Merkel came up to my house on Glendale Avenue and wanted me to take over Craig's school troop, which was on Wauwatosa Avenue and Congress, which I did.
And how long were you there? A couple years with that troop, or?
Yeah, at least.
And your sons were involved then in Scouts, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they were too young to be in the good council.
Yeah.
My oldest boy is 53.
And I understand you have some grandsons that are Eagles.
Yes, 3 of them.
Can you tell us about them?
Oh yeah, they're the whole family is a group that is something to be proud of, and they hold good jobs today. Well, one's going to university now, and real happy with that.
So the 3 grandsons are Eagles then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They live in Milwaukee, or are they?
One lives in Yuma, Arizona. One lives in Menominee Falls, and the other one travels all over the country. He's just moved down east now, right?
They became Eagle Scouts in Milwaukee, or were they
In Milwaukee, yeah.
They were
Mequon.
Mequon. They were.
St. James.
St. James Church.
And that was your son, or son?
Grandsons.
But somebody was active. Your son-in-law or son was active with the troop.
Yes, he was the Scoutmaster of that troop.
That was your son, or
That would be my son-in-law.
son-in-law?
You know, I was looking. He used my original Boy Scout hat, which was about this big for the Scoutmasters, you know. And they weren't even in style when he was a Scoutmaster. But he gave it back to me, and I put it away, and I cannot find it. I found an old Boy Scout hat, but not a Scoutmaster's hat. So it's around here some yet, not to be over 50 years old.
The old campaign hats, huh?
Yeah.
Or the old hiking boots, huh?
Yeah, we used to have a real wide brim on the Scoutmaster's hat.
World War II affected you then too, wasn't it? The
Oh,
troop
yeah,
was just
very
starting
much,
around the
yeah.
time that the.
Yeah, I was working in a defense plant, that's right.
Did some of the boys get drafted at that, or they're younger, too young for that, I imagine?
They were too young for that, you know.
But that affected things too, I imagine.
I would think, you know.
So you haven't been involved in scouting yourself now then for a number of years?
No, I haven't. Well, I mentioned my brother was in it for 27 years. Didn't I tell you that?
No.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, he was a commissioner and whatnot. Has the Silver Buffalo Award. Later became the chief of police.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're recalling it. It's Harold Johnson.
Howard
Johnson, I'm sorry. So Howard Johnson, the former police chief in Milwaukee, was your brother.
Yeah. He was involved in scouting too for years before I was.
he had come up to Mother Good Counsel a number of times as
Oh, yeah.
when he was
He was
police
a-
chief to talk there.
Yeah.
And,
He used to visit troops all over the city.
right. Yes, he was quite active. Nice man.
Yeah, he was. Wonderful man.
And Mr. Doherty was your assistant for
Yeah.
several years,
Jim Doherty.
and he's living still in Milwaukee then. And
Yeah, 107th Street, isn't it? I already called Jim and told him to get. I also told Morse about him. So I imagine he'll get involved too. And Jim likes to play golf, so he'll be in on the golfing thing.
oh,
Yeah, I can't anymore. I can't see the ball. She goes along, I'm all right, but
so he had been involved with you for a couple of years then with
oh yeah,
the Scouts there then. Huh?
he was a great guy.
And did he stay active in the Scouts after that too, or
I can't remember that.
where did he go on to work? Did he stay at?
Telephone company.
Yeah.
In fact, he got his job as a result of being a Scoutmaster assistant through one of the guys that belonged to the church or a policeman who knew McGovern and got in the telephone company that way.
I mean,
He started at the bottom and worked all the way up into to be a supervisor.
so he met from somebody he met at the troop then.
What?
For someone he met at the troop.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not going to say the name because I don't know exactly anymore who it was.
Hmm.
A number of them worked for the phone company.
Yeah, names are hard to remember after all these years.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
See, Jim was transferred from with the telephone company to Shawano. That's when he had to leave.
Well, they had to start at the bottom.
Yeah.
So the first place you go is on the line. Regardless of where they
So
send
after
you,
he
you
was
go.
transferred to
Then you
Shawano,
work your way
then
up.
He left.
Great guy.
do you recall any funny incidents that happened with the troop, like the one with the camping and the storm? Any other?
None that come to mind, although there were a lot of them, I know.
Working with a bunch of young, active kids that sometimes have a lot of things happen, right? Nothing that you ever got worried about or concerned about.
Well, the only thing is that time when they went out on that wind-blown night. And I was very concerned.
Did they do much other camping, the boys?
Not too much that I remember. Some.
Did they have regular meetings or?
Oh, yeah. We met once a week. I don't know if the kids come out to your father's farm or some of those places. Seems to me they did.
And did any of them get any ranks then? Do you recall any advancement ranks?
I don't know. Really don't know.
What advice would you have to scout leaders today? Any from years ago of experience?
Yeah, get involved with the kids and what they're doing. That's the main thing. Close tolerance and close watching and the type of company they keep. And that's why I would suggest any boy belong to the Boy Scouts, because you're going to be in with a better group.
Let me stop for a second here.
How you do? Is that what I should say?
She was I guess a scout leader's wife also has to be tolerant of things, doesn't she? The time that
Oh, yeah.
it takes for her husband to go to the meetings or go to the different activities. And were you ever involved with the troop yourself?
Not really, I wasn't. But I used to take my two little ones to the troop meetings because he didn't have too many nights off. And I remember that taking Bobby, he must have been about going on 3. The boys would always take him on their shoulders and go horsing around in the gym. And I'd have Peggy, she was just a baby.
So many of the meetings were in the old Mother Good Counsel gym?
Right, that's about the only thing I did with the troops, except when they went to Freeze Lake. We used to have outings there and cookouts, and we discussed that World War II problem. And Mrs. Lubers, she was generally the speaker, and she would speak her mind. And I can't remember the other man that was the father of one of the boys or two of the boys. He was quite a pacifist. He wanted stay out of the war type, and she was just the opposite.
That wasn't in this troop, that good council troop. That was in the Craig troop. You're thinking
No.
of what's his name, Peaser?
Mm-mm.
Paul?
Mm.
Not the one?
Do you remember who the pastor of Mother Good Counsel was then? Was that
Sure.
Father
Father
Schuster was the pastor then?
Paul. Father Paul.
Paul, right. Yeah, he was involved or helped with the troop for a number of years also, I believe.
And then Father Joe came.
Right.
So Bob was in it when Father Joe was there too.
Oh, were you in it when Father Joe was there?
They
And
had
then the one that was there recently was involved a little bit. He was a new starter there, Father Joe. You know Father Joe?
Father Joe, right? Father Joe be at the dinner.
Yeah, he was a new priest that just started in there at that time.
he was the assistant.
Yeah. And there's Father Marcelin, who was about 85 years old then. He was a cemetery priest.
Yeah, Father Marson was a very active person, as I recall him. He,
I remember him so well. He'd go anywheres in the world without getting on a bus. He used to thumb his ride. And they always picked him up because he was a priest.
and if he'd go on a bus, he would never pay.
No,
But,
he was quite a guy. He was a missionary priest in his younger day in India.
was he?
Yeah. He used to tell us about it.
Yeah, he was quite a character.
Sure was.
So Father Joe had come when you were still at Mother Good Counsel then, huh?
Yeah, he was
Father
new
Joe.
there then.
Right, he was an assistant then.
Yeah.
And I think about 1952 or 53, he succeeded Father
Paul.
Paul as pastor.
Yeah.
I found some other names here too from 1942. Bob Blasek.
Sure, Robert Blazek. His father was involved too.
Yeah, I think his name was on here. There were about in 1942. There were about 24 boys listed on the
That'd be about right.
chart. Dennis Wick, Dick Watson, James Stegner, Jude Schmidt.
You didn't mention Ben Hardy, did you?
That's earlier.
Ted Hardy. There's a Ted Hardy listed.
No.
Ben Hardy.
Benjamin.
I think first you did. In that first
The
group.
first year. I imagine there were a number of brothers that came in the troop also.
That's right.
That were
'Cause
members
they
together.
used
Or,
to come to the outings with their dad.
Well, the Gephardts, there was two of them.
the Gebhardts. Have you been in contact with any of these
No.
and in the later years?
No, I'd moved away from there.
Yeah, I don't know too many of these people as to say, except well, the one Gebhardt is now a priest in a parish near Madison.
Lubers is a Jesuit priest.
Lubers is a Jesuit priest, right? Father Pippenscorn is deceased at this point, I believe.
Father Peter?
Peter, right? Were you involved much with him with the Scouts then too, or
Who?
Father Peter.
Father Peter Pippenscorn?
I don't recall that he was involved too much. Yes, he was a little young. He was involved.
He took the scout, your job, when
Yeah.
you had to go on nights.
He became the Scoutmaster.
Yes.
That was kind of unique for a priest to be a Scoutmaster, wasn't it?
It sure
Yeah,
would
he
be.
was kind of did everything.
Did he?
He even
But I
drove
was,
the, he
I
drove
had
the
to
bus.
leave because of a night job, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think it was kind of sudden. And well, they picked up the ball and went with it.
You know, things keep going. A lot of things have developed over the last 50 years now.
Yeah.
The troop has about 50 members
Wow.
active in Scouts. They were weeks of summer camp about 2 weeks ago. We were at summer camp for a week where we do our own lone troop camping, and some of the older boys went on a trip this summer down to Florida, sailing out of Miami. We have frequent campouts and other activities that go on. The Scout House, of course, is new from when you were, and makes it much easier to have a troop because you have room to put things in. As a troop leader, I'm sure when you had to dry those tents from that outing, trying to find a place to get them dried out was not easy, and putting the equipment away.
No,
Right.
that was a job.
We have the equipment now to do that.
They used to have a Scoutorama, and the Mother Good Counsel troop was very excellent in bicycle riding down there.
Right, we were in what's called the Bike Act at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That started, I think, in the late 40s or
Yeah, that was after us.
early 50s and that.
Parents were very involved with their kids at that time, and it really was wonderful. I sure would like to know what happened to all these kids today. I'm sure they come out all right.
We've got some list of, like I say, I don't recall the one boy you mentioned about your filling station, but there's some others too that we're getting together and, writing. We've got some addresses on some of them, not all of them, of course.
Is that
Yeah.
thing working now?
You know, at that time
I
sold Skelly gas,
Eh.
and Skelly had a program called Cap Midnight, and then we'd get literature for the kids, and they would all come over and get their Cap Midnight stuff. I can remember that so well.
Mm.
A lot of them I knew from scouting too.
If you cut that off, I'll get the picture.
Okay.
in the kitchen. I
yeah,
don't
sure.
walk in front of it.
And this picture was taken in the 1940s, then I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
40, 41.
Didn't happen to write anything on the back, did we?
No. Everyone must have a picture of it. It wasn't your troop because we got
Oh,
one.
they all got one. You think you're getting it?
Yeah. I'll just let it run for a minute or so.
I was going to tell you, the daughter that has the 3 Eagle Scouts,
Yeah.
she's got a daughter now in her 3rd year at Marquette University becoming a biomedic engineer.
Oh, that's a good field.
One more year.
That's a good field to get into.
Yeah, she's quite a bright girl.
Yeah, that's a good field.
Are there many women in that?
Oh yeah, that's I don't know. I could hook up. What kind of connections you have on your TV?
I
Yeah,
unplugged it. You know that you unplugged that last night?
No, I don't have. I don't have the right. I can't plug it into that. I don't have the right connections for that. Do you have a VCR?
There's the VCR is
Oh.
underneath.
Got lots of it. It's all upstairs and it belongs to my son.
No, but there's he's got one right here. He's got one right in here.
Oh.
Guess he's got 2 of them.
Yeah, he plays it back through there.
He always takes pictures and we always look at him when we...
He isn't here.
Oh no, this is fine. Where was this picture taken then? Huh?
That one with the big, that's taken in where you had your meetings.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
probably went outside.
Taken right in the meeting
Do you
room.
think it's outside?
Well, it looks
Then
like some pine trees in the back.
That's maybe, oh,
Doesn't it? Looks like there's,
yeah.
That wasn't a Christmas sort of thing, and it's
maybe.
Christmas tree back there, is it?
Yeah, there's a Christmas tree-like thing there.
You're all inside, you're
It could have
not
been a
dressed.
Christmas tree.
You're not dressed for outside. And those other pictures you can't tell so much. They're too small, aren't they?
Well, no, I can. Site? You said on your father's farm?
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah.
No woods, they used to camp in there.
It looks like a little building there, a little shed of some sort.
Yeah, there was some old wood buildings on the property at that time.
That's near here then, or?
That's not there no more. That's where
Oh,
Bob
they're
Newton
gone.
is.
Oh.
It's a nice subdivision now. Remember one time when Bobby was killed in that airplane?
Winnie
thing?
Leland was a priest.
Well, that's father's name too.
There's something that comes to my mind. We used to have jamborees when Boy Scouts would all meet from the city, you know.
Oh, the camporees and that, yeah.
Yeah, I think they were called jamborees in those days.
Scoutorama at the auditorium.
Yeah.
See, I was a den mother after a while with our younger one. Then we'd go to the Scoutorama. But I wasn't for good counsel. I was for Craig.
You know the Scout oath and the Scout laws, they'll never leave you.
Yeah.
I know every one of them.
Do you?
Once that's put in the brain, that's it.
Did you have any children in the Scouts?
No.
Well, you're,
I'm a name, you know.
yeah, you don't know where to look.
Roberts, you know.
And not too many people know us anymore.
And we didn't know how old you were, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you were 40 years old back then, you know.
Yeah.
No, I was a young man
Over the
then.
hill. That's what I told Bob. You were just a youngster. But you didn't know any of those. Ours were babies, according to the Scouts he was working with. But when he was at Craig, you haven't got the sound on, have you?
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
You don't seem to have any Scouts out this way, do they?
Sure, they have Scouts at St. Hubert's.
Oh, they do.
I don't know about Ridgefield, just the public school. I know they have it at St. Hubert's.
What parish are you in out here?
St. Columba, but that's a mission church.
St. Columbus down this way, 2 miles. Down south,
These churches that don't have a Catholic school connected with them usually don't get into
No,
troop.
can't.
The
No.
kids are in wherever.
I won't say nothing against it. St. Columba was an Irishman.
Yeah,
That was an Irish parish.
but they never had a
This
school.
was all Irish through here.
When I say they go,
Is it?
they must have been in our backyard, I think. But he's got his uniform.
Well, there's not many houses around then.
No.
Where you lived in, that's in Wauwatosa that you were living in?
Town of Wauwatosa.
Yeah, we were sitting there alone almost.
Right near where St. Pius is now?
No,
You mean where we live?
Right, where you live.
On Appleton Avenue and Glendale, almost up to Hampton.
Oh, well, up there
79th.
further.
Appleton and Hampton.
north of 76. It's all,
Very good
it's all city now.
I was chairman of the town of Wauwatosa, the last one.
Oh,
Boy, we looked all morning for that Scout hat. My
it would look
son,
good on you, right? I bet.
they were so big.
Oh, yeah, those were.
Big leather band on there, you know. BSA on there.
We borrowed it to Wayne, our son-in-law, when they had some doings going at St. James. But when they moved to Yuma, they gave it. Most of the things came back, and Bob remembers having it, so. I talked to her and I said, well, she said he's in Florida now or something. But when he comes, he'll know where the thing is. He'll find it if it didn't get back here.
I'm just taking pictures now, portions of this close up. And the faces.
You know, I can remember things like the number of the Boy Scout troop I was in was 146. And in the same building was Troop 93, which my brother was in. And then St. Thomas Church was 103.
This picture looks like it was taken among Christmas trees. You know, there's a lot of trees around it.
Yeah,
Evergreen trees.
that's maybe they had, maybe it is inside.
Well, they might have had a bunch of trees set up inside, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember any trees being active.
It looks like there's a lake in the background.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe that was taken at one of your outings then,
Yeah, it's possible.
in the summer.
I'm just wondering if it wasn't set up
Those
Indian, maybe.
Indian mound.
Then Camp Journal is another one you used to go to. It was in,
Do those Catholic,
Watertown
do
Plank
the
Road, I think.
Catholic Boy Scouts go to Indian Mound too?
Yes, we don't go there. We go up to our own troop campsite. It's near Boulder Junction,
Oh my
up
goodness.
near Woodruff.
You get a lot of the boys to go there?
Yeah, we had 50.
my cousin Milton was even a Boy Scout. And he's 84 years old now.
Can you put that all together in one picture? Wow.
Yeah, imagine it's real.
You just as easy to do that. That's enough. He's outside. Beautiful.
Maybe he wants to go on.
Let's summarize what's happened through the years, or your memories of the
Yeah.
troop and that. What would some of your thoughts be?
Well, back that many years ago, it's hard to remember everything. But the fact that the troop is still in existence, and I was a starting of it, gives me a lot of pleasure. And real happy for the accomplishments and for the kind of life that I led as a result of the Boy Scouts, and certainly enjoyed every minute of it with the kids and what they accomplished.
And we thank you for your years in the troop back starting in the 1940s.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robert Johnson.
Remember, thank you.